Are you eating clean, fasting regularly, maybe even working out, but still noticing you're getting softer, weaker? Maybe you're not building muscle like you used to, or worse, you're losing it? Here's what most people don't realize. You can be doing everything right, but if you're not eating the right thing before bed, your body may be breaking down your muscle while you sleep. And that's not just a cosmetic issue. Muscle is your metabolic engine. It protects your bones, regulates insulin, burns fat, and keeps your energy high as you age. In fact, research from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism shows that age muscle loss, called sarcopenia, is directly tied to insulin resistance, fatigue, frailty, and even a shortened lifespan. So if you're waking up groggy, inflamed, or craving sugar, or if you're over 40 and notice that workouts just aren't giving you the same results, this could be the reason. Let me explain what's really going on inside your body. When you sleep, your body enters a deep repair mode, which is great. But if your blood sugar is unstable or your amino acid levels are too low, your body won't have the building blocks it needs to repair muscle. Instead, it turns on a survival response. It starts breaking down muscle tissue to keep your brain and liver fueled. The result, you lose muscle, your metabolism slows, your blood sugar swings the next day, and over time, fat starts accumulating where muscle used to be. But here's the good news. There's a simple, science-backed fix, and it has everything to do with what you eat before bed. In today's video, we're going to unpack the hormone you need to support overnight muscle repair and how most people block it, the best foods to eat before bed to preserve and even build lean muscle, the single worst nighttime eating mistake that accelerates muscle loss, why timing is everything, and how to avoid the cortisol crash at 2 a.m., a practical protocol you can start tonight to protect your muscle and metabolism. And this isn't just about looking good, and allow your body to protect your muscle and metabolism. And this isn't just about looking good. Preserving muscle means better blood sugar, better brain health, better energy, and stronger longevity. So if you want to stay strong, lean, and energized naturally without synthetic hormones or stimulants, this is essential. Let's break it all down. And if this kind of content is helpful so far, consider subscribing. I post videos like this every day to help you optimize your health from the inside out. And let's start with a fundamental but often misunderstood process called catabolism. Catabolism simply means your body is breaking tissue down. Now, this isn't always bad. During exercise, for example, breaking down muscle fibers is part of how we trigger growth. But the problem is when catabolism happens at night and your body starts breaking down muscle for fuel. So let's ask the obvious question. Why would your body destroy valuable muscle when you're just sleeping? Here's what's really going on inside your body. When you go to sleep, your brain enters a fasting state. Your last meal is probably 2 to 4 hours earlier. That means blood sugar is starting to drop and your body still needs fuel to keep the brain active and the liver functioning. Now, under ideal conditions, your body would turn to fat for fuel. That's what we want. Clean, stable energy from fat oxidation. But here's the catch. If your insulin is still elevated from a late night snack, or if your amino acid levels are too low, your body won't tap into fat. Instead, it will start converting muscle protein into glucose. This process is called gluconeogenesis, literally making new glucose. And the main raw material your liver uses is amino acids from muscle tissue. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Think of your body like a hybrid car. It can run on 2 fuels, glucose, sugar, or fat. But at night, you're parked, you're not eating, not moving, so you want the engine to burn fat quietly and efficiently. But if the fat fuel line is blocked, either by elevated insulin or stress hormones, your body will default to emergency mode. And in emergency mode, it breaks down muscle to keep the lights on in your brain. Over time, this leads to muscle wasting, weaker metabolism, slower recovery, fat gain, especially around the midsection. And most people have no idea this is happening because it's silent. You don't feel it right away. But months later, you're wondering why your workouts aren't working or why your belly's getting softer despite clean eating. So what triggers this problem? Two main things: low amino acid availability overnight, especially leucine, the key muscle preserving amino acid. Blood sugar instability, often from skipping dinner, eating carbs without protein, or going to bed in a stressed state. A 2013 study published in Clinical Nutrition found that individuals who consumed protein-rich nutrition before sleep had significantly greater overnight muscle protein synthesis than those who fasted. And we're not talking about a giant meal, just 20, 30 grams of the right kind of protein. Here's something else. Muscle loss doesn't just affect your strength. It disrupts your hormones. Muscle is a glucose sink. It helps regulate insulin, burn fat, and keep cortisol in check. So the more muscle you lose, the harder it becomes to stabilize your metabolism. It's a downward spiral. But the good news is this process is reversible. The fix is simple. Support your body with the right nutrients before bed and make sure your blood sugar and amino acids stay stable throughout the night. And don't worry, we're going to get specific in a moment. But if this kind of root cause functional approach to health is helpful so far, consider subscribing. I post daily content to help you optimize your metabolism naturally and sustainably. In the next section, we'll talk about the stress hormone that blocks muscle repair at night and how you can shut it down with just a few simple shifts. Let's move on to the next big factor, cortisol. Now that you understand why your body breaks down muscle overnight, let's talk about the hormone that quietly fuels this process, cortisol. Cortisol is often called the stress hormone, but it's actually much more than that. It's your body's natural alert system, and it follows a rhythm. Ideally, cortisol is high in the morning to help you wake up and slowly tapers off by nighttime. That's what keeps you calm, balanced, and ready for deep sleep. But here's the problem. When your blood sugar crashes during the night, or you go to bed stressed, wired, or undernourished, your body sounds the alarm. Cortisol spikes, and when that happens, muscle breakdown kicks into high gear. Let me explain this with a quick analogy. Imagine cortisol as your body's emergency responder. It shows up when energy is low, and it has one job: raise your blood sugar to keep your brain alert. To do that, it activates gluconeogenesis, that same process we talked about earlier, where your body breaks down amino acids from muscle and turns them into glucose. When your cortisol is low, the result, you wake up in the middle of the night, heart racing, mind spinning, or maybe you just toss and turn, never hitting deep sleep. That's a cortisol surge. And over time, these nighttime cortisol elevations lead to impaired muscle recovery, elevated morning blood sugar, increased belly fat, wired but tired mornings, and sugar cravings. Here's what the research shows. A 2012 study in the journal Obesity found that people with higher nighttime cortisol levels had more abdominal fat, lower muscle mass, and significantly more sleep disturbances than those with stable cortisol rhythms. Another study in the Journal of Clinical Sleep Medicine showed that fragmented sleep, even without full wake-ups, impaired growth hormone secretion, which is critical for muscle repair. So how do you fix this? You have to stabilize your blood sugar and calm your nervous system before bed. This tells your body, we're safe, we have fuel, no need to activate the stress response. Here are 3 practical ways to do that. 1. Don't go to bed hungry or carved up. A small protein-rich snack 60-90 minutes before sleep can help regulate nighttime blood sugar. More on the best options in the next section, but think slow digesting protein plus healthy fat, not carbs alone. 2. Add magnesium-rich foods or a magnesium supplement. Magnesium helps lower cortisol, calm the nervous system, and support deep sleep. Pumpkin seeds, leafy greens, or magnesium glycinate before bed can be powerful. 3. Wind down with parasympathetic cues. Blue light, stimulation, and late night stress activate cortisol. Instead, create a wind down routine. Dim lights, disconnect from screens, light stretching, or breath work. Anything that signals safety to your brain. It's also worth noting, low blood sugar and high cortisol are deeply connected. When blood sugar dips too low, cortisol jumps in to fix it, but at the cost of muscle. That's why getting your macronutrient timing right before bed is so important. You want a gentle rise in blood sugar, not a spike, and not a crash. And remember, cortisol isn't the enemy, it's doing its job. But we want it to follow a healthy curve, high in the morning, low at night, so your body stays in a calm, anabolic state while you sleep. In the next section, We'll go deeper. You'll learn the exact foods and a few underrated nutrients that can turn off catabolism, support growth hormone, and preserve muscle overnight. And trust me, some of these are things most people are missing, especially those on keto or intermittent fasting plans. Let's talk specifics. Now that you understand how cortisol and blood sugar instability can drive nighttime muscle loss, let's shift to what actually prevents it. Here's the bottom line. The right food in the right amount at the right time before bed can dramatically reduce muscle catabolism and trigger muscle repair. But most people either eat nothing before bed, thinking it helps fat loss, or eat the wrong things like fruit, cereal, or carb-heavy snacks, which spike insulin, crash blood sugar later, and block growth hormone. So what does the science say? Let's break it down. A 2014 study published in the British Journal of Nutrition found that consuming 30 g of casein protein before bed significantly improved muscle protein synthesis overnight, especially when paired with resistance training earlier in the day. Another paper in Nutrients 2021 confirmed that nighttime protein ingestion, specifically slow digesting proteins, enhanced recovery, muscle growth, and metabolic rate the next morning. So here's what's really happening. When you eat the right kind of protein before bed, especially one that digests slowly, your body has a steady supply of amino acids available throughout the night. That means less muscle breakdown, more repair, and more stable blood sugar until morning. Let me explain this with a simple analogy. Think of your muscles like a construction site. During the day, you tear things down through stress, movement, or exercise. At night, your body sends in the repair crew, but if there's no raw material, no bricks, no cement, the crew has nothing to work with. A slow digesting protein before bed is like delivering those building materials just in time, not too early, not too late. That's how you prevent muscle loss while you sleep. So let's get practical. Here are the best pre-bed food options for preserving muscle. Option 1, casein-rich protein. Casein is a slow-digesting dairy protein that releases amino acids over 6-8 hours, ideal for overnight repair. Foods: plain Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, or casein protein powder. Target: 25-30 grams of protein. Add a teaspoon of almond butter or chia seeds for healthy fat to slow digestion further. Option 2, collagen plus glycine support. Collagen supports connective tissue and helps calm the nervous system when paired with glycine. Combo: collagen powder 10-15 g plus warm herbal tea or bone broth. Bonus: add a pinch of sea salt for electrolyte balance and to prevent cortisol-driven wake-ups. Option 3, eggs or egg whites with avocado eggs are rich in leucine, the key amino acid that turns on muscle repair. Combo: 2 eggs plus 1/4 avocado or 1/2 TSP MCT oil. This supports fat metabolism and satiety without spiking insulin. Option 4, vegan option: hemp seeds plus pumpkin seeds plus almond milkshake. This provides a complete amino acid profile and magnesium to relax muscles. Blend: 3 teaspoon hemp seeds plus 2 teaspoon pumpkin seeds plus cinnamon plus unsweetened almond milk. Optional. Add a scoop of plant-based protein, pea or rice. What to avoid: carbs alone before bed. Fruit, granola, cereal, or rice cakes may feel light, but they spike insulin, block growth hormone, and lead to low blood sugar crashes by 2 a.m. Large meals or eating too close to bedtime. You want to finish eating at least 60 to 90 minutes before sleep to avoid digestive disruption and give your body time to enter the repair phase. Alcohol or sugary drinks. Even a small glass of wine can block REM sleep, spike cortisol, and impair muscle protein synthesis by over 30%, according to studies from the American Journal of Physiology. And remember, this isn't about snacking. It's strategic nutrition. You're giving your body exactly what it needs to stay anabolic while you rest. If this kind of targeted protocol is helpful, like the video and consider subscribing. I post these kinds of science-backed metabolic strategies every day. In the next section, we'll cover the worst mistakes people make before bed and how one tiny habit can undo all your hard work at the gym or in the kitchen. Let's keep going. At this point, you understand what to eat before bed to preserve muscle. But just as important, maybe even more important, is knowing what not to do. Because even a single habit done consistently can quietly sabotage your efforts in the gym, on your plate, and in your sleep. Let's walk through the top 4 nighttime mistakes that accelerate muscle breakdown, spike cortisol, and block your body's ability to recover overnight. 1. Eating carbs alone before bed. This is a big one. Many people eat light at night, maybe a banana, a handful of pretzels, a bowl of cereal, or fruit. It feels healthy. It's low fat, it's plant-based. But here's the issue. Carbohydrates without protein create a blood sugar spike followed by a drop. And that drop is what triggers midnight cortisol surges, blood sugar crashes, and ultimately muscle catabolism. Carbs also increase insulin, which when elevated at night blocks growth hormone, your body's primary repair hormone. And so instead of building muscle, your body stalls, stuck in a metabolic loop of sugar highs and hormonal lows. Better approach? If you include carbs at night, pair them with protein and fat, but ideally keep carbs lower to allow growth hormone and fat burning to stay elevated through the night. 2. Going to bed hungry, especially in a fasted or overtrained state. Intermittent fasting has benefits, but if you train hard, restrict calories, and skip dinner or protein before bed, your body may enter a catabolic stress state overnight. Think of it this way. During the day, you deplete. At night, you restore. If you don't fuel the restoration phase, your body pulls from the next available source, muscle. This is especially true if you've had a hard workout that day, you're low in calories or protein, you have a fast metabolism or low body fat. Fasting can work well when done right, but if you're losing strength, waking up exhausted, or plateauing, this could be the hidden culprit. Even a small 20-30 G protein meal before bed can change everything. 3. Eating too close to bedtime. On the flip side, another common mistake is eating right before bed. You finish a big dinner and go straight to the couch, then to bed. No movement, no digestion, just a heavy gut during a time your body's trying to transition into rest and repair mode. This can lead to poor digestion and bloating, reduced melatonin production, elevated insulin and body temperature, suppressed growth hormone release. Ideally, finish eating at least 60-90 minutes before sleep to allow insulin to drop and digestion to begin. That way your body can focus on cellular repair, not food processing. 4. Late night alcohol or THC to wind down. And yes, they might help you fall asleep faster, but they absolutely wreck the second half of your sleep cycle, which is where most muscle repair and memory consolidation occurs. Alcohol also spikes cortisol, suppresses growth hormone, and disrupts REM and deep sleep, according to multiple studies in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition and Sleep Medicine reviews. Even 1-2 drinks can lower muscle protein synthesis by up to 30%, and that effect can linger for 24-48 hours. Instead, opt for natural sleep supportive options like magnesium glycinate, calming and muscle protective, L-theanine, reduces mental chatter, herbal teas like chamomile or lemon balm, glycine, found in collagen, also improve sleep quality. Let's tie it together with a whiteboard analogy. Imagine you're building a house, your body. You spend all day gathering supplies and doing construction, working out, eating well, pushing hard. But then, each night, a thief comes and steals the building materials before the repair crew can use them. That thief is one of these habits: sugar spikes, skipped protein, stress, or alcohol. Your job is to protect the work you did during the day, and that happens at night. And once you remove these metabolic thieves, your recovery, strength, and leanness can finally show up. In the next section, I'll give you a simple nighttime protocol you can follow step by step to build and preserve lean muscle even while you sleep. No guesswork, stay with me. This is where it all comes together. By now, you know why muscle breakdown happens at night, the hormonal forces behind it, and what foods and habits can either accelerate or prevent it. Now let's put this into a simple, science-based nightly protocol you can start using today. No guesswork, no confusion. Because the truth is, consistency beats complexity. You don't need 20 hacks. You need a few core actions done well every night that align with how your metabolism actually works. So here's your nighttime muscle preservation protocol, broken into 5 easy steps. Step 1, eat a protein-rich dinner 3-4 hours before bed. Make sure your evening meal includes at least 30-40 grams of quality protein, ideally animal-based or a complete plant-based blend. Think salmon, grass-fed beef, eggs, or a tempeh stir-fry. Add healthy fats like olive oil or avocado. Include non-starchy vegetables for fiber and micronutrients. Why it matters. This gives your body an early supply of amino acids and sets the stage for stable blood sugar into the night. Step 2. Light movement after dinner, 10-15 minutes. Take a gentle walk, do light stretching, or even tidy up the house. Why it matters. This improves digestion, lowers post-meal blood sugar, and starts calming the nervous system, shifting you out of go mode into repair mode. Studies in diabetes care show even 10 minutes of walking after dinner significantly improves overnight glucose stability. Step 3. Pre-bed protein snack. 60 minutes before sleep. This is your muscle preservation fuel. Choose slow digesting protein plus a bit of healthy fat. 3/4 cup cottage cheese plus 1 TSP almond butter. 1 scoop casein protein plus water or unsweetened almond milk. 2 eggs plus a few olives. Vegan option, hemp seed plus pumpkin seed shake with cinnamon. Target 25-30 g of protein. Optional. Add a pinch of sea salt to support adrenals and prevent 2 a.m. wake-ups. Step 4. Magnesium plus glycine combo, optional but powerful. This duo supports both sleep quality and muscle preservation. 200 and 400 megapack of magnesium glycinate, 3 grams of glycine, or take as part of collagen powder. Take 60 minutes before sleep. Why it matters. Glycine has been shown to improve sleep depth and reduce core body temperature, supporting recovery. Magnesium helps relax muscles and reduce cortisol. Step 5, cortisol calming wind down routine. This is critical. No phone, no email, no blue light. Instead, create a pattern your brain recognizes as time to relax. Choose from dim lights plus stretching or foam rolling, 4-7-8 breathing or box breathing, reading a physical book or journaling, herbal tea like lemon balm or chamomile. Why it matters. This signals the parasympathetic nervous system, the rest and digest state that allows growth hormone and muscle repair to dominate the night. Let me simplify this further with a quick whiteboard style visual. Imagine your body is preparing to enter a 7-hour rebuild mode. Your job is to set the stage like preparing a construction site before sunrise. You need fuel, protein and nutrients, calm, posture, that's it. Do those 3 things right and your body does the rest. Growth hormone rises, blood sugar stays stable, amino acids flow, and your muscles recover instead of disappearing. Bonus tips for nighttime gains. Track your sleep with an Oura Ring or other device. Look for improvements in deep sleep and heart rate variability. Hydrate earlier in the day so you're not waking up at night to pee. Train earlier in the day if possible. Late night workouts can spike cortisol and delay melatonin release. If you're doing intermittent fasting, consider a protein bridge at night on training days to avoid catabolic breakdown. If you've made it this far, here's a quick challenge. Try this protocol just 3 nights in a row. Take a photo of your physique and track your sleep quality. You'll be surprised what a few nights of strategic support can do. Coming up next, we'll wrap this all together with a clear reason why this matters beyond just looking better. Because preserving muscle isn't just about strength. It's about energy, insulin sensitivity, brain function, and long-term vitality. Let's close it out in the final section. Let's bring everything full circle. If you've been struggling with low energy, stubborn belly fat, sleep issues, or slow recovery, it's easy to blame the workout, the diet, or even your age. But as you now know, one of the most overlooked drivers of those issues is something that happens while you sleep. Silent, chronic muscle loss. And this matters far more than just aesthetics or strength, because your muscle tissue isn't just for movement. It's one of the most metabolically protective assets you have. Let me say that again. Muscle is your metabolic currency. Here's what it does. It keeps your blood sugar stable. It burns fat even at rest. It protects your bones. It improves insulin sensitivity. It helps regulate hormones like testosterone, growth hormone, and cortisol. And it's even linked to a lower risk of Alzheimer's and cancer, according to research in The Lancet Healthy Longevity 2022. But when muscle slowly breaks down overnight due to blood sugar crashes, low protein intake, or poor sleep, the body becomes inflamed, insulin resistant, and fatigued. And worst of all, you can't always feel it happening. It creeps in slowly until energy drops, body fat climbs, and metabolic resilience fades. That's why this one simple fix, a targeted pre-bed routine, can be so powerful when you give your body what it needs before sleep. Here's what happens. Growth hormone rises, blood sugar stays stable, cortisol stays low, muscles repair instead of shrink, fat burning increases. You wake up clearer, stronger, and more energized. This isn't about eating before bed in the old diet culture sense. It's about supporting your biology so that your body works for you, not against you, even while you sleep. So here's your challenge. Tonight, apply just one piece of what you learned, whether it's a scoop of casein or Greek yogurt before bed, swapping your evening carbs for protein and fat, adding magnesium and glycine, or simply walking for 10 minutes after dinner. Just pick one. Track your sleep. Notice your energy the next morning. See how your hunger and cravings change the next day. This is how health transformation begins. Not with more willpower, but with smarter physiology. And if this video helped clarify something for you, consider subscribing. I post new tools like this almost every day, all backed by functional medicine and real human biology. Because your body is designed to heal, to regenerate, to stay strong well into your 40, 50, 60s and beyond. You just need to give it the right signals. Eat for your future, even while you sleep.